Finland, the land of thousands of lakes, an immense sprawling landscape where tranquility truly surrounds you. In 5 days, I'll drive from the capital to the far north of this beautiful country. A route spanning thousands of kilometers through endless forests, hills, and vast lakes on my journey to the North Cape. In previous videos, I took you along to Poland and the Baltic states, and now the Scandinavian adventure begins. Welcome to my road trip to the Nordkap. From Tallinn, I take the ferry to Scandinavia, leaving the Baltic states behind and bringing me one step closer to the North Cape. The ferry docks in Helsinki, the capital and largest city of Finland. Compared to medieval Tallinn, this city is much more modern, which is also evident in the architectural styles. King Gustav I of Sweden founded the city in 1550 as a competitor to the Hanseatic city of Tallinn. For centuries, it remained a small town until it experienced rapid growth and modernization under Russian rule in the 19th century. Many buildings date back to the 19th and 20th centuries, making the contrast with Tallinn striking. However, you will still find beautiful buildings here, such as the iconic white Tuomiokirkko, which dominates Senate Square, and the Uspensky Cathedral, which is a must-see. This cathedral, built in 1868, is the largest Russian Orthodox cathedral in all of Western and Northern Europe. You will also find several old market halls in the city that are still used for selling food but are also great places to eat. As beautiful as the morning started, the afternoon turns rainy. I leave the city and prepare for a 5-day journey to the far north of the country. The weather fortunately clears up quickly, and I visit Hämeenlinna, a medieval castle about 100 kilometers north of the capital. It was originally built in the late 13th century during Swedish rule. At the time, it served as an important defensive structure on the edge of the Swedish kingdom. Over the centuries, it was expanded, fell into disrepair, but was also restored. Eventually, in the 19th century, it was converted into a prison, and now it's open to visitors and functions as a historical museum. I drive east to visit the remarkable Finnish Lake District. This area is indeed one of the most iconic landscapes of Finland and is characterized by a mosaic of water, expansive forests, islands, and winding rivers. Driving over the naturally formed dams and islands makes traveling through this beautiful environment a true experience. The lakes were formed during and after the last ice age, and many potholes were created by the melting glaciers. Near the town of Mikkeli, you can find one of the largest potholes in Finland, discovered in 1965. It has a depth of no less than 8 meters and a diameter of 2 to 3 meters. Several round grinding stones can still be admired in the hole. With this remarkable natural phenomenon, my first day in Finland comes to an end. Puumala is a small village nestled among countless lakes, characterized by the impressive bridge that stretches right across it. With a length of 781 meters and a height of 28 meters, the bridge offers a stunning view over the village and the surrounding lake landscape. What makes this place unique is the lift that connects the village to the top of the bridge, making it easier to cross on foot or by bike. I take the lift to enjoy a walk on the opposite side of the village. This is a beautiful area that offers peace and tranquility, and it's also home to a remarkable animal, the Sima ringed seal. This small seal has adapted entirely to the freshwater environment since the Ice Age and is found only in this lake. Unfortunately, there are only about 300 of this species left, making it critically endangered. I continue my journey eastward, toward the Punkaharju Ridge. This is a remarkable, narrow land formation about 7 kilometers long. It stretches like a natural bridge through the vast lakes and is considered one of the most beautiful roads in Finland for good reason. One of the most beautiful castles in the country is Olavinlinna, built in 1475 by the Swedish knight Erik Axelsson Tott. The castle is situated on a small island in the lake, almost entirely occupied by the structure itself. Over the centuries, it changed hands several times, but its medieval architecture has been preserved. Olavinlinna is therefore one of the best preserved castles in Northern Europe, which is clearly visible in this stunning structure. The last stop of the day is near the city of Kuopio, a 75-meter-high tower built in 1963. This is now the third tower on this spot. The first tower was built as early as 1856. Unfortunately, the tower was already closed to visitors, as it is only open as a restaurant in the evening. Next to the tower, there are several ski jumps that can also be used in the summer. It is one of the classic locations for ski jumping and has hosted the Ski Jumping World Cup multiple times. In the evening, I enjoy a beautiful sunset over this stunning lake region and conclude my day. Day 16 begins in a remarkable piece of nature, Koli National Park. The park is known for its impressive hill landscapes and stunning views over Lake Pyälinen. In the winter months, there is plenty of activity on the various ski slopes and cross-country trails, while in the summer, it's especially popular among hikers. From the ski center, I climb to the top of the hill, which offers a beautiful view over the lake and the surrounding area. A perfect moment to start the day with the rising sun above the water. I drive long distances northward. After a short walk along the river in the village of Kumo and a beach walk in Sotkamo, I continue further towards the Arctic Circle. The landscape remains beautiful. Although the lake scenery gradually changes into vast forests, it's still amazing to drive through. Along the way, I come across a unique artwork in a field by the road, the Silent People. This artwork consists of about 1,000 scarecrows, each dressed differently. Twice a year, their clothes are changed so that they're warmly dressed even in winter. After a long drive, I arrive at Hossa National Park, where I see a reindeer up close for the first time, a special end of the day. I start the morning with a long walk through the beautiful national park, the Värikallio Trail. This route is about 8 kilometers long and winds through dense forests, swamps, and alongside various small lakes. From the parking lot at Lihapura, you can complete this route in about 2.5 hours. Along the way, you will find several wild camping spots equipped with shelters and fire pits. Since I set out early in the morning, my presence sometimes awakens the animals from their slumber. The wild reindeer crossing the path makes the walk extra special. This hike is particularly known for its prehistoric rock paintings, which were created around 4,000 years ago. They are located on a rock face by the lake, where a pontoon has been built for viewing them up close. In total, this site contains about 150 figures, making it the largest collection in Finland. It is a beautiful route and a unique prehistoric site that is definitely worth recommending during a trip around this country. I drive about 150 kilometers north to the Kiutaköngäs waterfall. Along the way, I have to keep a close eye out for the many reindeer standing or walking on the road. Located in Olavinlinna National Park, this river and the surrounding primeval forests are among the most beautiful places in Finland. The river partly flows through gorges, which include this waterfall, a wonderful spot to stop and rest from the long journey northward. The further north I go, the more vast and desolate the landscape becomes. The villages grow smaller and sparser. Eventually, I reach the Arctic Circle, where I turn west to visit perhaps the most famous place in Finland, Rovaniemi. Here you'll find the Santa Claus village. Since it's summer and I'm visiting in the evening, the place is almost deserted, with only the souvenir shop still open. It's a fun tourist attraction for a brief stop, but in winter, when there's plenty of snow, the atmosphere must be completely different. I take a short walk through the town itself, continue my journey, and prepare for my final day in Finland. I'm now in the far north of Finland, where there is little else besides the beautiful nature and countless reindeer. I am driving from the village of Circa, about 170 kilometers to the next village, Inari. With just a handful of houses along this route, it's almost unbelievable how vast this area is. On the way, I stopped to explore the nature on foot in Lemmenjoki National Park. This park offers a beautiful route of around 4 kilometers that leads you through one of Finland's largest untouched pine forests. The trees here are between 200 and 400 years old, making this expansive forest a rarity in all of Europe. Along the way, I encounter many small hills, formed by massive ice blocks that once lay in or just below the ground and melted after the Ice Age. The ancient, twisted trees, the walk along the long ridges, and the breathtaking landscape complete my Finland adventure. I continue my journey along the Jutwanioki River, and after more than 170 kilometers, I reach what can be considered the edge of civilization again. After another 100 kilometers, I reach the border with Norway and leave Finland behind me. This country has truly surprised me in a positive way. The image I had of Finland as a land of endless forests turns out to be different. The landscape here is stunning, with countless lakes, beautiful hills, and ancient forests. A road trip through this beautiful country is highly recommended. In the next and final part of my journey, I'll take you to Norway, where I'll visit massive waterfalls and hike up into the mountains for breathtaking views. Did you enjoy the video? If so, please like it and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the beauty of Norway. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.